Hi, I'm Emma. Today, we'll talk about where the path to success begins, why we need financial literacy, and how to take risks wisely. Financial literacy. Where it all begins. Financial literacy is not just the ability to earn money, it is the ability to manage it, to understand where it goes, how to preserve it, and how to grow it. When a person first starts thinking about finances, they usually encounter two key concepts: assets and liabilities. This is where real understanding of money begins. Assets and liabilities. Explained, Umpley. What are assets? Assets are everything that brings you benefit or income. These can include money that works for you, investments, business, skills that allow you to earn tools for work. For example, equipment, technology, even knowledge if you know how to apply it. For example, if a person has a laptop that they use to earn money, it is an asset. If they have video editing skills and create content, that is also an asset. Even basic things such as food, clothing, housing are assets because they support your life and allow you to function. But it's important to understand, not every asset generates money directly, but it must provide value. What are liabilities? Liabilities are everything that does not bring value, does not generate income, or even drains your money. In simple terms, it is dead weight. Examples: a large house where you only use one room, a car that just sits unused, things you bought but don't use, even knowledge that you never apply. A very important idea: even a useful thing can become a liability if you don't use it. How to turn liabilities into assets. A smart person doesn't just get rid of liabilities, they try to turn them into assets. Examples: empty rooms, rent them out; car, use it for work, delivery, taxi, etc. Land, rent it out or develop it. Knowledge, teach others, create content, work in your field. If something cannot be turned into an asset, it may be better to sell it and invest the money into something more useful. Example: sell a large house, buy a smaller one, invest the remaining money into business or investments. Important thought: use your potential. Every person has skills, knowledge, abilities. But the problem is that most people use only 20 to 30% of them. True financial literacy is unlocking your full potential using everything you have. If you have knowledge, apply it. If you have a skill, develop it. If you have an opportunity, use it. How to plan income and risks. Now let's move to a very important topic: risks. Many people are afraid to take risks, but without risk, there is no growth. The question is not whether to take risks. The question is how to take risks wisely. Smart risk. Model. Real experience. Here is a strategy that can be called reasonable risk. Stage 1. Stability. For 1 year, you work a stable job, earn a guaranteed income, save money. You build savings, a financial safety cushion. Stage 2. Risk. The next year, you try something new. Launch projects, study the market, experiment. Yes, you may take loans, invest, take risks, but there is one important rule. The main rule of risk: never risk more than your annual income. Why? Because if things go wrong, you can repay debts within 1 year. You won't destroy your life, you will stay afloat. If your debt is greater than what you can earn in a year, it's no longer risk, it's danger. Repeatable strategy. You can repeat this cycle: 1 year, stable work; 1 year, risk and experimentation, and continue like this for several years. For example, year 1, work; year 2, try business; year 3, stable again; year 4, take risks again, and so on. Why it works? Because you don't stay still. You constantly try new things, but you always have a safety net. You don't bet everything on one card. You play the long game. Conclusion. Financial literacy is not about being rich. It's about control. Control over your money, your decisions, your risks. Remember 3 main rules. 1. Increase your assets. 2. Decrease your liabilities. 3. Take smart risks. And most importantly, money is a tool, and you are the one who must control it.
Financial literacy. Power in small things.
Guys, it's important to understand one thing. Financial literacy is not about quick money. It's about consistency and discipline. It's such a subtle topic that even small actions, if done regularly, can lead to big results. Imagine, you save a small amount every day, or invest part of your income every month. At first, it seems insignificant, but after 5 to 10 years, this small thing turns into significant capital. This is called the effect of accumulation and compound interest. Long-term thinking, the main secret. Most people want results immediately, but wealth is almost always built over time. You can set goals like building capital over 10 years, buying real estate, creating passive income, and if you move step by step, the result becomes almost inevitable. Where to invest? A simple hierarchy. There are different types of investments, each with its own level of risk and return. Here's a simple way to understand them. 1. Real estate. Apartments, houses, commercial properties. Pros: stability, rental income potential, protection against inflation. Cons: requires large capital. That's why many consider real estate one of the most reliable investments. 2. Precious metals. Gold, silver. Pros: preserve value, protection during crises. Cons: do not generate active income. 3. Land plots. Agricultural land. Pros: increases in value over time, limited resource. 4. Transport. Cars, equipment. Can be an asset if it generates income, for example, work, rental, but more often becomes a liability. 5. Stocks and bonds. This is where real investing begins. What are stocks and bonds? Stocks. A stock is a share in a company. When you buy a stock, you become a small owner of a business. You can earn, from price growth, from dividends, a portion of the company's profit. Example: buy a stock at a low price leads to the company grows, leads to sell at a higher price. Bonds. Bonds are essentially debt. You lend money to a government, a company, and in return, you get your money back plus interest. This is a more stable but less profitable instrument. How to invest as a beginner. If you're just starting, there's no need to complicate things. Here's a simple strategy. 1. Start small. You don't need thousands of dollars. Start with any amount. What matters is the habit. 2. Think long-term. Investing is not a casino. Don't try to get rich quickly. 3. Diversify risks. Don't put everything in one place. For example, part in stocks, part in savings, part in self-development. 4. Study the market. Look at what big investors do, which companies are growing, which industries are developing. But remember, don't copy blindly. Understand why they do it. 5. Don't invest emotionally. Beginner mistakes: fear, greed, panic. A successful investor is a calm person. Fast growth versus smart growth. You mentioned an important idea: investing in small companies that grow fast. Yes, that's true. It can bring high returns, but the risk is also high. You can lose money. So part of your money in stable instruments, part in high-risk opportunities. That's balance. What makes a successful investor? A successful investor is not someone who guessed right. It's someone who is disciplined, is patient, thinks years ahead, doesn't give up after mistakes, and most importantly, keeps learning constantly. Conclusion: financial literacy is a long-term game. You don't have to be a genius. You don't have to have a lot of money, but you must think, plan, act. And remember, small steps every day equals big results over time. Patience and discipline, the foundation of financial success. Guys, let's be honest. We live in an age of speed. Everything around us tells us earn quickly, get results instantly, become rich in a month. But the truth is, financial literacy works the opposite way. It's not about speed. It's about consistency, patience, and discipline. Why most people don't achieve results. A very common mistake. A person sets a goal, makes a plan, starts taking action. But then it becomes boring. Results don't come quickly. A new idea appears. And they quit the old, start something new, quit again. And so 5 to 10 years pass. In the end, 0 results. The power of one plan. There is an important idea that few people understand. Even an average plan is better than constantly changing plans. Why? Because time starts working for you. Experience accumulates. You become stronger in one field. If you move in one direction for 10 years, you are no longer a beginner. You become a professional. Staying true to your path. Financially successful people are not different because they are smarter. They are different because they don't give up, don't jump from one thing to another, know how to wait. They stay committed to their plan, even when it's hard, there are no results, yet others seem to move faster. Discipline is doing it even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is not motivation. It's when you have no mood, no energy, no desire. But you still save money, invest, and work on yourself. This is what separates dreamers from people who get results. What's happening in the world today? Important to understand. Today, the world is changing very fast. Technology is advancing, artificial intelligence is growing, many professions are disappearing, new opportunities are emerging. What does this mean for you? You need to be flexible, but not chaotic. Balance, stability plus adaptation. It's very important to understand. You shouldn't change your goal every month, but you can adjust your path. For example, your goal is financial independence. The path may change. First a job, then a business, then investments. But the goal remains the same. Where to focus today? Simply put, there are several key areas to pay attention to right now. 1. Skills and knowledge. The best investment is yourself. Education, new professions, digital skills. This is an asset no one can take away. 2. Online and technology. YouTube, content creation, IT, digital products. There is massive growth here right now. 3. Classic assets. Real estate, business, investments. They are not going anywhere. 4. Financial markets. Stocks, funds, bonds. These are tools for long-term growth. What to pay attention to? Before any investment, ask yourself 3 questions. 1. Do I understand where I'm investing? 2. Am I ready to lose this money? 3. Is this a short-term emotion or a long-term decision? If you don't have clear answers, don't rush. The main principle: don't chase quick money. Build a system. Because quick money comes and goes, a system brings money consistently. Final conclusion: financial literacy is a combination of mindset, discipline, patience, strategy. You must choose a path, follow it, not give up. Adjust, but not jump around. And remember, time rewards the patient. Belief and persistence, the inner power that determines everything. Guys, there's one thing that is rarely talked about in the context of money, but without it, nothing works at all. It is belief in yourself and persistence. Everything starts with mindset. It's very important to understand. Results don't start with actions, but with thoughts. If a person is internally confident, I will succeed. I can do it. It's only a matter of time. They are already on the right path. But if in their mind, this is not for me, I won't succeed, I'm not capable, then they are stopping themselves. Belief is not just words. Belief is not magic and not just thinking positively. It is a deep inner understanding. If I keep doing this consistently and correctly, the result will come. And this is not motivation. This is a fact of life. The law of time and effort. Remember one powerful idea. If a person does one thing for 10 to 15 years, they will definitely achieve results. It is almost impossible to Do something every day with effort while learning and improving, and stay at 0. Even if the path is difficult, even with mistakes, the result will still come. But one important condition: a reasonable goal. Belief should not be blind, it should be razumni, reasonable. You need to consider your interests, understand what you truly enjoy, choose a direction where you are ready to work long-term, because without interest, you won't last the distance. What is persistence? Now, the most important part: persistence. Persistence is continuing to move forward even when it's hard, long, and there are no results yet. It's when you fail, you try again. You lose money, you learn and keep going. You feel tired, but you don't give up. Persistence is not one big push. It is hundreds of small steps without stopping. Why persistence is so important? Because on the path to success, there will always be mistakes, losses, disappointments, slow progress. And most people break exactly here. They think, if it didn't work quickly, it's not for me. But the truth is, it's just part of the journey. What persistence gives you? If you are persistent, you gain 1. Experience. You begin to understand how the market works, where the mistakes are, what really makes money. 2. Confidence. With each step, you become stronger. You are no longer afraid of risks, mistakes, uncertainty. 3. Results. Most important. Persistence almost always beats talent. You don't have to be the smartest. You can start from 0. But if you don't give up, keep going, keep learning, you will surpass those who quit. Why people give up? Because they want quick results, are not ready to wait, don't accept mistakes. But success is not a straight line. It is a path with ups and downs. The combination, belief plus persistence. Separately, they are weak, but together, belief gives direction, persistence gives movement, and this leads to results. Final conclusion. If you have chosen a goal, made a plan, and are following it, add to this checkmark belief in yourself, checkmark persistence, checkmark patience. And then the question is not, will it work or not? The only question is, when will it work? Who especially needs financial literacy. Financial literacy is important for everyone, but there is a group of people for whom it is critically important. This is young people, roughly from 15 to 25 years old. Why this age in particular? Because this is the period when mindset is formed, habits are built, the first serious decisions are made. And at this moment, a person can either build a strong future or waste years for nothing. Why it's important to start early. Imagine 2 people. The first started investing at 18, saved even small amounts, studied and developed. The second started at 30, with no experience and no savings. The difference between them after 10 years is huge. And it's not about the amount, it's about time. The power of time and habits. If a student saves a small amount every month, studies investing at least 1 hour a day, learns how to manage money, then after 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, they already build capital. And most importantly, they understand how money works. Advantage over others. When such a person enters adult life, they already have savings experience, financial mindset, understanding of assets and liabilities. They don't start from 0. They are already ahead. Investing, a path from poverty to freedom. It's very important to understand investing is not about quick money. It is slow, steady, but very reliable path. If you do everything right, save, invest, learn, don't give up, it can truly change your life. A simple formula for young people. If you're young, remember: 1. Start now, even small. 2. Learn every day. 3. Control your expenses. 4. Build assets. 5. Think long-term. Guys, now a question for you. What do you think about financial literacy? Have you already started investing? Or just planning to? What new things did you learn from this video? Write in the comments. It will be interesting to read your opinion. And don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and tell me what topic you want to see in the next video. Financial literacy is not a talent. It is a skill that can be developed, and the earlier you start, the stronger your future will be. Good luck to everyone. Take care of yourselves and your money. See you in the next videos.